Now, some of you might be curious to know why it was you bent over backwards trying to fix the broken relationship with a narcissistic person. In a toxic relationship, you did everything you could. I want to help you to understand that you have been conditioned to do that. Don't be so hard on yourself, but we need to understand that you no longer need to try to fix this broken relationship. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before we get started, I want to invite you to follow me on Instagram at @JoinTheRoyalWe. There you can see how I am getting myself prepared to face my challenge of heights and rappel down 19 stories this weekend. Thanks to you, and thank you to those of you who have supported me in facing my fears. You'll also find all kinds of good stuff down in the description box as well, down there. Now, we're talking about the conditioning of being the one to fix and become better in the relationship with a narcissistic person so that we have a chance to make it work. Why do we do that? Why do we bend ourselves backwards and give in and change the way we are and walk on eggshells and try to do this better and try to do that better and really strive to figure out what we're doing wrong? How many of you have done that in a toxic relationship? How many of you have tried to sit down with a narcissist saying, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. What can I do better? I want to make sure I'm doing better. What can I do better? And the narcissist the whole time is like, yes, this is awesome. I have ultimate power in this situation, right? And they're just toying with you, giving you all this weird hoops to jump through. And meanwhile, nothing is good enough, right? No matter what hoop you jump through for the narcissist, it doesn't matter. They still treat you the same. A narcissistic person has a huge secret, and that secret is no longer a secret for you and me. It's that there's nothing you can do to ever make the relationship work. There's nothing that you could do to ever make them love you more. There is nothing that you could ever do to fix the broken relationship, because that would take fixing them, and you could never do that. And deep down, you know you can't fix them, which is why you're trying to fix yourself. And we do this as a part of our basic conditioning. Our basic conditioning, especially in the Western world, is that we are conditioned to be graded on our performance, are we not? We go to school. How many of you went to public schools? I have. We sit in classrooms and we listen and we get passing grades. You get an A, you get an F. And we are conditioned to be able to go to the teacher and say, well, what am I doing wrong? How do I do this better? Maybe I need to get a tutor. I'll try harder. I'll sit longer. I'll write more. I'll do more. And listen, I'm not saying that this is all bad. We should push ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. But what I am telling you is that narcissistic people, toxic individuals, I believe that they're not completely stupid. Many of them are, but some of them are smart enough to know, hey, I could capitalize on this simply by telling somebody that they're failing constantly in the relationship. I can play on their desire to want to get a passing grade and figure out how to get that passing grade. And they do it. And so what happens is the narcissistically abusive person becomes a teacher, and you become someone in the classroom, and you're trying to figure out how to get a passing grade by this narcissistically abusive person who considers themselves the authority, the teacher, the superior one. And you're trying to get out of that D-F category to the A, right? So there's all kinds of things at work back there. There's all kinds of things, including yours and my insecurity, because maybe we weren't that good in school. How many of you were not good in school? I know I wasn't, right? I was, my report cards always read this: Kevin is a pleasure to have in class, but he's either talking to his neighbor or looking out the window. We're going to give him a D, right? You know, it's who I am. You know, I was one of those labeled ADHD kids because of, I love to think and to explore with kids and talk, and that's who I am. But the classroom setting made me focus on this and listen to the teacher, and then strive to get an A by doing what the teacher said. This also conditioned me later on down the road in relationships. If there was a failure in the toxic relationship, then I better do a better job. I better work harder to get an A+. I better work to pass in the relationship. This is wrong, because the secret that narcissists hold is that you'll never pass. There is no A for them to ever give you. This is where we need to have that understanding. This is where we need to disconnect from our conditioning. This is where we need to realize that some of what we've been conditioned with is false narratives. We need to know how and when to apply it. Narcissists are not our teachers. They are not authorities in our life. We are not trying to earn a passing grade by them. We need to be able to say, you ain't no teacher. You are crazy, is what you are. We need to stop trying to get an A+ with narcissists, because it doesn't exist. An A+ doesn't exist. Narcissistic people and toxic people work to where they keep you feeling like you're in that D- D+ area, right? And you can try to get an A if you only work harder. That's exactly the game they play with you. The relationship will be better if you just do things a little bit better. Try a little bit harder. And your conditioning kicks in. I want to get that A+, right? Let's stop trying to get an A+ in life. Let's stop trying to get an A+ in relationships. Let's just knock that baloney off. Let's forget the conditioning of school. Let's allow the brokenness in our life to give us an opportunity to rebuild, where we say, to heck with trying to live up to trying to please and appease a so-called authority, right? A so-called self-placed teacher in our lives, which is a narcissistically abusive person, somebody who has no authority, someone who has no seniority over you, period. And rewrite that narrative, fix that brokenness, and say, to heck with you, man. I don't care what you think. I am out. Peace out. I'm going to be me. You be you. And that's it. Don't strive for any kind of a fixing that relationship. So understand that it's normal. It's a normal part of conditioning. We need to stop that, right? Listen, I want to be part of your healing journey. Down below, you will find access to one-on-one appointments with me. The direct links to my calendar are down below for FaceTime and WhatsApp video conferences and calls. And also, we can do text messages or regular phone calls. Also down below, you'll find access to Royal We live chat every Monday night and Royal We Fellowship every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. We are exploring the ancient literature of the Bible, and we're applying our understanding of narcissistic abuse into the pages that we're reading. It is quite an amazing experience. So join me down below. Everything you need is down there in the description box, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.